Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, April 2nd, 2017, and this is your fun fact of the day. Well, sticking with the Sunday theme of Biblical Sundays, we're going to be taking things a little bit differently, not just doing straight facts, but looking a little bit more at all those biblical stories. You know, all the great stories. Well, there are many who don't know all those stories. You know the story of Moses, you know the story of Joseph and his coat, you know the story of Noah and the ark. Not everyone knows these stories. So, we're going to be taking this series for a while to explore a lot of those. Give you a bit of a summary or synopsis, and where, in particular, to find these in the Bible, so that should you choose, you can do all the reading on your own. Here we go. Why not start from the very beginning? It's a very good place to start. So let's go with creation, which, shockingly, is found in the very beginning, Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created heavens and the earth. Before this, there was basically nothing but God and his holy presence. We don't know how much time passed before he decided, hey, let's do something with this. But we do know that God created the universe basically from nothing, for those who believe in the creation story. In the very beginning, God said, let there be light. And all of a sudden, light shone everywhere. It's very vague on the details, so a lot of things have to be extrapolated or just hypothesized about, because there's only this single account of the creation story, and there's no other details besides what it gives. God separates light from the darkness, calls them day and night respectively, and this is the first day. On the second day, God separated the waters from an expanse, commonly known as the sky, thought of as the heavens. There's space. On the second day, God separated the sky from the seas. Day 3, God pulls dry land up out of the water. And at the same time, he made the earth, the dry land, sprout vegetation. On the fourth day, God creates the sun, the moon, and the stars, so specific sources of light to hang about in the universe. The sun and the moon aren't actually named specifically in this section, but it does say specifically a great light to rule the day and one to rule the night. We can guess what those are pretty easily. On the fifth day, God created sea creatures and the birds, basically anything that didn't require legs to walk on land and had to live on the land, like birds. They have legs, they live on land, but they can still get off the land. This is actually the first day that God provides a blessing, where he tells all these creatures to be fruitful and multiply. So, they did, and the creatures multiplied greatly across the face of the earth. On the sixth day came all the other animals on the earth. This includes everything that's not a bird or a sea-dwelling animal. So in theory, this also includes insects, of which majority of the species of the planet Earth are. And on this day, God also created human, or man, as it's written, because he was also supposed to live on the earth, live over it, rule over it, subdue it, is actually one of the words that he commonly uses. And the most common one that people probably know is on the seventh day, God rested. He didn't do this because he was tired, or because he was weary, because he needed a break, because he chose to. Really set an example for us as far as you do a section of work and then you deliberately rest for it. It's a healthy idea to take up. So for a recounting of all this, the creation story, you look at Genesis 1 and 2, chapters 1 and 2 in the Bible. As I said, for the next many Sundays, we're going to be looking at these biblical stories that you've probably heard of, might know which book they're in, might even know exactly where they're at, but not everyone does. We're going to narrow it down and help you get a grasp or an understanding, and maybe even raise some questions that we can maybe answer. In other news, it's National Ferret Day. Not the biggest fan of them. They're kind of cute, but it is also National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. Not exactly cute, but I find it a little bit more practical than a ferret. I don't think you get much to eat off of a ferret, whereas a sandwich, well, you can always eat a sandwich. Hope you've enjoyed this fun fact of the day. See you tomorrow.